What's up, everybody in G Show land? This is the G Show. I am G1 along with.
G95.
That's right. Today is Monday, April 25th, and this is something we're going to be doing every week now. We're calling it Spotlight, where we take a topic and we spotlight the topic all the way through for the whole hour that we are on air. That's right. I said hour. So you're going to be hearing us ramble for an hour. This is Spotlight. It is April 25th, and tomorrow is April 26th, which is now lovingly known as Mr. G95. Would you like to take that one?
That is known as Alien Day, which I just found out about, actually.
I did too. Is this new, or has this been
It
going
must
on?
be a new thing.
Yeah, somebody. Kudos to whoever came up with Alien Day. Alien referring to Ridley Scott's phenomenal movie Alien, and then James Cameron's phenomenal sequel Aliens, and then those other two movies that came out afterwards that we shall not talk about. Well, we might.
I don't know. I want to talk about how I actually really, really enjoy Alien Resurrection. That movie is dope as shit.
All right, we'll talk about Alien Resurrection and our feelings toward it a little bit later on in the show. But for right now, before we do get into everything, I want to say something. I want to go over the Independence Day trailer that came out last week. I think it was Friday it dropped. Listen, Independence Day 2 Resurgence, or whatever it's called. No, that's Godzilla Resurgence. Whatever Independence Day 2 is called.
No, it's Resurgence.
Oh, it is. Look at that. 2 movies with Resurgence in the title this year. Wonderful. I like the first Independence Day a lot. I really, really do like it. I watched it recently. It doesn't hold up as well, but it's still stupid fun that makes me giggle and shit my pants. No, don't make me shit my pants, but it makes me laugh out loud and piss my pants. When I first saw the first Independence Day 2 trailer, I was kind of like, okay, I'm on board, but I don't know. What goes up must come down. It was like, that's so stupid. That's what they're doing? Just blow shit up, because I like things getting blown up. That's why I like giant monster movies, because they blow shit up. So, city destruction on a wide scale is always a plus in my book. I love it. This trailer that just dropped Friday blew me the fuck away. Hold up, wait. The reason everything is going up, they explained in the trailer, is because this giant mothership, if you will, that's coming down towards Earth has its own gravity. So that's kind of crazy. But not only that, they give you some story bits. They explain what happened to Will Smith's character. Apparently, it's in the trailer. He dies, I guess, early on, testing out the alien technology. But the action, it's like they ramped it up. I love the idea of Earth. It's kind of like an Earth Defense Force now. It has the alien technology. They backwards and they reverse engineered it. They have their own weapons using the alien technology, and it's like full-on warfare. It just looks fun. It looks like a crazy spectacle. It drove me nuts. What did you think, G95? Like, what was going through your head watching this trailer? Because, I mean, I'm not even halfway done with my thoughts, because that one big reveal at the end that was like, what the fuck? I loved it. What were your thoughts?
Well, as you know, I just watched it just before we started. I thought it was, and I had chills. I really did have chills. It had a great atmosphere to it. It's very kind of sort of creepy, very sci-fi, very science fiction. Classic sci-fi, very weird and unknown and crazy aliens and shit like that going down, not kind of the sci-fi, fun, silly, campy kind of sci-fi that we know today.
Right.
Like classic sci-fi. And I don't think of Roland Emmerich so much as a director. We both have our feelings on his take on Godzilla.
I know you love it.
In a certain light, it's okay. But I mean, he makes fun popcorn movies.
Yes.
And this looks like his, unless it totally sucks, which I don't think it will. This looks like a fun popcorn movie that actually might have me engaged in the story a bit too, because it looks visually save for like a couple shots. I thought the CGI looked amazing.
Right, right. I agree, man. Yeah, the story points that they touch on in this. Jeff Goldblum had me laughing in this. Uh, Thor's brother, the other guy. You know, it's what it is. He looks good. The president's daughter. I don't know who's playing her, but she looked good. I can't wait to see how they explain how Data is back. And Data, by Data, I mean, if for you Star Trek fans, you know who Data is. Brett Spiner. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'll say Spinner. But I can't wait to for them to explain how he's back, and then the big reveal at the end, the kaiju-sized alien running amok on what looks to be Area 51 Dukes. I was like, what? Wait, what? What is that? What? They did a giant monster alien? Dude, I'm sold so fucking much. Like that. Look, like I said, Independence Day 1. They blowing shit up. I love it. It was fun. And like you said, a beautiful popcorn spectacle. They added a giant monster in this. Just, yes. All my yes. This just became like, man, it's just ramped up my anticipation factor for this movie now. It's like the third must-see movie of the summer for me. It's Civil War, Suicide Squad, and now Independence Day. More so than any other movie. I'm sure there's something else coming around the corner, but dude, we got a giant monster alien in this trailer. Come on, what did you think of that?
It was.
Go ahead. Be bad.
I don't know. I don't even know
Be sad.
how to. It looks just so much fun. Fuck, it's exciting. We haven't gotten like a giant monster since Pacific Rim, really, more or less.
Godzilla.
Oh, right, Godzilla. Can't believe I forgot about that one. Anyway, original IP. How about that?
Okay.
Like original intellectual property.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's gonna be dope.
It sure is. I am so fucking on board with that movie. So listen, G Show Land, you out here, you heard us raving about this trailer. Let us know what you think. Comments below. You know how it goes. Did you like the new ID4 trailer? Did you like seeing a giant monster? Did you like knowing Will Smith died? I mean, he was busy filming Suicide Squad. He couldn't be in the movie. It's what it is. But yeah, so that...
Why?
Huh? No, I don't know. I made that up. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't want to be a part of it.
He's too big for that, so he's going to do Suicide Squad. I ain't mad. And plus, Vivica Fox is in it, so I got a crush on her. Anyhow, that was that. Let's get into the spotlight for today, because it's going to be fun. It's a doozy. We're talking Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. We might get a little Prometheus. We might get a little Prometheus 2. And we actually are going to talk about Neil Blomkamp's scrapped script, or is it scrapped Alien 5, which would really be Alien 3, because he's negating Alien 3 and Resurrection, which I'm all for. But let's start at the very beginning. Let's start with Alien. Ridley Scott's sci-fi horror masterpiece. G95, let me hear what you got to say.
It's just such a perfect movie, just all around. It's just damn near perfect. It's scary as hell. The cast is amazing. The visuals are stunning. How big they went with this. Like, I have the Alien, as I'm sure you do, the Alien Anthology box set on Blu-ray.
Yes.
And watching the special features, seeing how they spent so much time and working so closely with H.R. Geiger to create all the visuals for the movie. And end up going more or less so, like, spending so much work crafting the design for the xenomorph, but ending up going so, like, minimalist with how they showed him it and how they lit it and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's a damn near perfect movie.
I honestly, I gotta be honest, man. I love that movie. I am scared of that movie. Like, that movie still scares me. You know, and you know where everything's at. You know when it's coming. You know the musical cues. That movie still scares me. That is one of the. There's maybe 2, 3 other movies that I actually put a pillow up to my face. I don't care. You know, I'm a mid-30s guy, and I still put the pillow up to my face when the scary movie part's coming. I don't care. Aliens is one of those movies that it does that, man. It's scary. It's just it feeds on that fear of the dark, you know, and like you nailed. What I love about that movie is the design, not only of the alien, but of the ship itself, the industrial feeling of it. Man, I tell you, I just, yeah, I love it. And then of course the cast, the Sigourney Weaver, she was the first ass kicker in my book. You know, it wasn't Sarah Connor, it was Lieutenant Ellen Ripley, who was the first ass kicking woman I seen on screen. And yeah, so watching Alien, watching the first one. How? Let me phrase this. When did you first watch it? Were you young? Were you in your teens? Like, when did you first see this movie?
I first watched Alien versus Predator. That was my first introduction to both the Alien and the Predator. I was 10 years old, I believe, 10 or 11.
Oh my God.
So I saw Alien probably when I was around 11 or so. I'm going to go a solid 11. I don't think I was 12 yet at that time. So I was pretty young. You know, I sat down with my mom to watch it because she really loved the movie, because I begged to watch Alien vs. Predator, because I saw the poster. I was like, that looks fucking cool. So I watched it, thought it was awesome. You know, grew up to later not really like the movie so much. But the Alien, like, I watched it in the middle of the day on a summer afternoon with my mom and my, you know, best friend who lived down the street, and I was terrified. You know, bright, like, open living room, lots of light coming in. I was petrified. I jumped a solid foot, like when Captain, fuck, what's his name?
Yeah, Captain Fuck.
Yeah, the captain. God, the fact I can't remember his name is killing me. Anyway, when he's like kind of crawling through the tunnels looking for the alien, and he turns around, it's fucking right there. Oh God, I jumped a solid like 2 feet.
Yeah, man. It's just, man, it was masterfully crafted. And then, you know, it goes to show you how, and this is a testament to these types of movies, how practical effects are always better than, you know, overuse of CG. Certain movies you can't help that, but a lot of movies I think rely too much on CG, where you take a movie like Alien and just, I mean, granted, it's just a costume and then sets, but then the models of like the ship, the planets, you know, the what do they call it? Do they call it the Guardian? What the big alien guy that's in Prometheus? You get the chest was burst open.
Pre-Prometheus, he's the space jockey.
The space jockey, that's it. I don't know why I'm thinking Guardian.
The engineer.
Yes. Okay, the space jockey, which I remember when I was a kid, man, my uncle gave me like a shit ton of science fiction magazines, like Starlog and all these old, and a lot of them were around the time Alien had came out. So it was cool. I'm looking at all this stuff, and I didn't understand, you know, movie background and stuff, like what it takes to make a movie. And so I was kind of skimming through all of that. I didn't even care for all of that. It's young me. But I was so into like the space jockey. I'm like, does nobody see he has a hole in his chest? I'm a little kid, like, he has a hole in his chest. Where's that alien? Where's that monster? It's got to be around here somewhere. That was, you know, something that I always wanted to, you know, figure out where'd that go. But I was young too. I don't, like, for Alien, I don't remember what how old I was when I saw it, because these are the type of movies that were just like constant rotation. Like you said, your mother loved Alien. My mother, I remember the first time I saw Aliens. We actually went to the movie theater to see that because my mom loved that. She loved Aliens. I don't know what it was. When it came out, we owned it. So, yeah, I remember I lived in Staten Island, and I think I was in the second grade, and that movie came out. We went to see Aliens, and yeah. But we'll get to that in a minute. When they defeat the alien, well, you were 11. Looking at it now with adult eyes, I guess it still holds up. You said it's a damn near flawless movie.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with the way they get rid of the alien? Like, I'm sure I know I am. It's a simple way yet so effective. Let's just launch it out into space. Like, what do you think of that?
What else could they do with it, really? They tried blowing up the ship, and that didn't work. So I mean, fucking shoot it out into the nothingness of the universe, and that's gonna work. That's gotta kill it.
Well, we're gonna.
Right?
There's a reason why I asked that question. We're gonna touch upon it coming up right now because after the success of Alien, we get a completely new take on the story from a sci-fi horror to a sci-fi action.
Mm-hmm.
When James Cameron comes on board and does Aliens, the sequel to Alien. Now, this movie, like I said, I saw that in the movie theaters. There's one moment in this movie that I still put the pillow up to my face. I don't know why. And it is when they are in the colony and the girl is hanging there. And then she goes, ah! She like wakes up. It freaks me out all the time. I don't know. Her face is just fucking freaky. I look at that picture online and I'm like, that shit is just not even cool to look at, man. It's wrong. She's possessed. That being all said, what were your thoughts when you saw Aliens? And were you upset because of the direction it went, the tonal shift? Or were you like, yeah, you know what? Logically, this makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, I would probably... I think I watched Aliens, like, maybe a week or 2 weeks after I watched Alien. So I was ready to see the next, like, where does this go? I want to see, I know there's a queen. I didn't get to see that in Alien. I want to see the queen now. And
you knew that because of Aliens versus Predator, right?
What's that?
You knew that because of AVP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn, man. See, it's all backwards. It's, man, it's, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it got spoiled for me a little bit, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. I was 11. The big reveal wouldn't have meant that much to me anyway.
Right.
And as far as the tonal shift, I didn't really notice. Like, at the time, I was 11 years old, so I was all about, like, playing with toy guns and you know, shooting stuff, and the more explosions and stuff, and the better. I think I watched that actually in, like, the same week or 2 weeks that I watched Terminator and Terminator 2 for the first time ever. I saw, you know, all these right around the same time when I was 11, 12 years old, 10 maybe. So this movie with all this explosive action and just crazy stuff going on, I was floored. I thought it was awesome. You know, I couldn't get enough of it.
Nice. Yeah, that's I was a big into action. I love action movies, especially action movies set in the future with giant machine guns blowing up aliens. I think it was just great. I remember seeing it. When I saw Aliens, see, I was young, so I didn't really I don't even think I had seen the first Alien yet. I might have, but I just didn't remember. I'm sure I did, but I was probably young, so I was always scared and curled up into a ball. It wasn't. I remember Alien after seeing Aliens a shit ton of time, and then it just made the movie so much more better because you know where it goes. When you start getting older and you start putting everything in perspective and in place, it's like, yeah, this was awesome. When I saw Aliens, man, that first time, I loved it. I came out of that theater. There's been 2 times I've come out of the movie theaters like, fuck yeah, 3 times. Like, fuck yes. Aliens, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and Die Hard, the first one. And I was, I was a kid for all of them. But Aliens was just, man, it's on such another level. You have, you have the Space Marines now. The aliens. I love the plural in the name because it's just this hive, and they don't stop. And there's so many of them, and they just keep coming. The cyborg. I mean, Bishop. Just Lance Henriksen. The thing with the knife and the hand. Oh, Hicks. Hudson. Game over, man. It's just like yes. So many things. Vasquez. I'm just like so many things stand out in that movie. When I got older, holy shit, it's Paul Reiser. What the hell? Like, I didn't even, it's like, oh, he's the bad guy? That's messed up. I love that movie, man. To me, Aliens is one of those movies I can put on any time of the year, any day, and I'll just sit there. If it's on TV, I sit there, I watch it. If I catch it, it's just, I'm there, I'm zoned in, I'm watching it. I absolutely love that movie. I love the way the movie ended. That brings me to why I mentioned the alien getting shot out of the exhaust port or wherever. They went back to the well with that in Aliens. You had Ripley in this dope ass Voltron suit. That's what I call it. I know it's the loaded. I know it's a loader, but Voltron was all the rage back in those days. She gets into this giant ass the loader, and she kicks ass. And yes, she couldn't defeat the queen, but I think that's probably the only thing that makes me mad with that movie. And I don't mean like mad that I hate it. And it's not. It's just one of those like irritants. It's like, oh man, damn it! I wanted to see them blow that motherfucker up. You know what I mean? Like she just ripped Bishop in half. Come on, like kill this thing. Don't just send it out. Maybe it survives and then it lands on another planet and then you got to deal with it all over again. These are just the musings of a child. And now a man-child. Are you okay with that? Like, that they went back to the well?
I've never overthought it quite like that. I always just thought it was cool. I mean, I guess once you put it like that, it's a little bit of a cop-out, but it's kind of paying homage. Maybe that's James Cameron's way of saying they did it right, this first time, and launching it out into space is the only way to really kill these things. We have the future guns, the plasma rifles or whatever they were called, to kill the drones and stuff, but to kill the queen, you got to launch that motherfucker out into space. That's the only way to really stop it.
I tell you, man, I'll never forget. She's got Newt. She gets out. She blows up all the eggs. The queen is all pissed off. She gets in the elevator. It goes up, and she's waiting on Bishop. And that, just the background, like everything, it's blowing up. Things are falling. The lightning's going up, and she's like, "Bishop, you son of a bitch!" And I'm like, "Yeah, where the fuck are you, Bishop? Come on, save Ripley, save my girlfriend Newt." I was about her age, so I was like, "Yeah, save my girlfriend." And then he comes, and then they get on the ship, and it's just like. The music, I'll tell you, man, James Cameron, that is the man. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. I loved it. So I was super excited when I heard Alien 3 was coming out. Super. I was like, yo, they're making another one? What? How? I can't wait to... Why is Ripley bald? What the hell's going on? Where's Newt? Where's Hicks? What's this? What? This don't look like no... What are your thoughts on Alien 3?
I have a lot of weird thoughts about Alien. It's not a great movie. It's my least favorite of all of them, by far anyway, because I think it's pretty bad, actually. It's hard for me to get through that movie. It's the choices they made were so random. I know there's a lot of studio interference and all of that, and a lot of inner politics kind of going on, and not really a lot of direct, like them knowing what they were going to do, kind of just making shit up on the spot. It was a bad move, but if you watch the special features on the Alien box set on Blu-ray, you find out, oh my god, this movie could have been so much worse.
Right.
You know, there was at one point there was a version of the script where Ripley lands on a space station made out of like wood, basically, and you know that's like it's like run by monks and stuff, and there's no technology on there, and you know they're gonna bring the alien out into a field and set the field on fire, but you know doing that almost sets the entire space station on fire or some dumb bullshit like that.
I think
Anyways.
I seen something about that where they said they were gonna kill it, but then they were like Ripley brought the devil to them or something to that effect. Yeah, that's yeah.
But bringing the religious connotations into it would have been cool, but doing it like that,
A floating fortress made of wood in space.
yeah, with space future monks would have been just a terrible decision.
That's balls to the walls, man.
I feel so bad for David Fincher because he's such a phenomenal, talented director, and for this to be his first movie, if Alien 3 came out today and he was a first-time director, he wouldn't work again in a big budget setting. He would probably just stick to commercials and music videos from then on. His career would have failed.
Right.
You know, this was such a risky movie, but no, then he did Seven and Fight Club.
Yep.
And this slew of amazing movies he's done since then, and he's had an incredible he's the luckiest man in Hollywood for that fucking movie.
It's true, man, because he took a beloved franchise. I mean, beloved, and there's arguments. People like Alien 3. I'm with you. I personally don't like that movie at all. I watch it. I watch it every time I put
just to say you've watched it and stuff. But yeah. I don't hold him responsible because I know there was so much studio interference and stuff that he had to work with what he was given. So to me, I don't blame him. It was just a clusterfuck of a movie. That it happened. You know, it happened. And it didn't. It actually did all right. Although I do like how the alien. The 3 is kind of up in the corner, like the it's like Alien squared.
Yeah.
Or Alien.
Cubed.
It's not squared, but
cubed. I think it's cubed. Is it cubed?
Cubed. Yes. Cubed.
Yeah.
I don't know. That I enjoy that, but that's about it. The facehugger going onto a dog or a cow, depending on which movie. It's depending on which movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Because they're two drastically different movies, but the whole dog-cow hybrid kind of alien, let's just go with dog alien, because that sounds cooler than cow alien.
I don't know, man. You could make a fight for that, an argument. Cow is cool.
Either, it didn't really matter. It was just, it was a different take on the alien. I liked that it was kind of like reddish a little bit. I like that it went on all fours. That was cool. The other stuff, not so much.
Yeah, no.
They brought Bishop back, kind of as he's a real person. He was like the designer of Bishop or whatever, but it's set I don't know, it's set. The gap between Alien and Aliens is like 40 some years, right?
Yep.
And I know the gap between Aliens and Alien 3 is longer than that. It's like 60 years or something like that.
Probably.
It's like 90 years. So there's a big plot hole, but I'm sure, I'm sure there's fans out there who can explain that away from, I haven't watched that movie in a long ass time, because I try not to watch it.
Right.
So my memory is a little bit fuzzy on that particular scene, but I always was like, what the fuck, that's not the Bishop I know. I'm happy to see Lance Hendrickson in anything, but it's not my Bishop.
Right. Right, now I feel you, man. That movie drives me crazy. Like I said, I'll watch it. When I binge Aliens, man, I got to throw them on. So I watch them. I don't like I don't like them killing off characters. So Ripley dying, like main characters. So Ripley dying for me was like, this franchise still has life. Like, that's what bothered me. I was like, there's still life in this. You can still make a freaking go back to the web, make a great alien movie. This wasn't it. Well, for me, then they kill Ripley, and I'm like, well, that fucking sucks. They just killed the best fucking, well, besides the aliens, but one of the best fucking heroes you've ever seen on screen. You just killed her off. The bald head, it was just like, and kudos to Sigourney Weaver for, shaving her head and going through all that shit. I think it was because there was lice where they were filming or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe that was a story point.
That was a story point, yeah.
All right, so kudos to her for shaving her head, but damn the studio for killing her off. I was pissed. So mad. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is stupid. Now, that's not to say that the franchise...
But that was actually her decision to die.
Oh, well, she was like Harrison Ford? Why don't you just kill me in a third one? Oh.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn it, man.
She wanted the franchise to end. She was a producer on that one. So I think she was ready to move on from the role. And obviously she didn't with Alien Resurrection.
You see what I'm saying? The money start talking.
Yeah, they offered her more money, and she demanded a little bit more control on that one. And so I think that's why she did it again.
Well, we're gonna get to something in a couple minutes that if that's all true and she's got some more, money hungry, grubby hands. Look, I love Sigourney Weaver. I don't care. Not just Ripley, but Dana Barrett and Ghostbusters. Just a shit ton of movies she's done. Galaxy Quest. I fucking love the. Excuse me. So, we think it's all over. It's said and done. Aliens is finished. But then we get news that they are making a new Aliens movie. A modern-looking Aliens movie now. Get out of that gritty, ugly feel of bald men in a prison. And, oh, look, Ripley's back. Wait, what? Huh? How? What? And, of course, it's like it's written by Joss Whedon. I don't know if it's directed. I don't think he directed it, but I know he wrote it.
It was a French guy who directed it, whose name escapes me.
Yeah, I probably couldn't pronounce it anyway. But yeah, ran by Joss Whedon, we get Alien Resurrection. Now, I'll never forget this. Because when that came out, me and my partner in crime, G2, were super excited for this. We're going to see this after school. We in high school. We just go. We're going to see this. And then something unfortunate happened, and we couldn't go see it that day. But we eventually did get to go see it. And we were excited because we're like, all right, how are they bringing her back? Speculation always is fun, so we're running rampant with speculation. Well, how could they do it? Maybe Alien 3 was a dream. You think Newt's going to be in it? What's going on? And we see this movie, and we love this movie. I loved it. Upon further viewings, though, that movie keeps, for me, it keeps going down the drain because now I know who Joss Whedon is now. I didn't know then. And you see his fingerprints all over this movie. In his writing style, the jokes, the banter. I get it, but it gets tiresome, especially when it's his characters. I love it. When you watch a Buffy, Angel, Serenity, Firefly, I love it in that. But when it's like Ripley, he gets all these characters to be goofballs, basically. And it takes me out of the movie now that I watch it. Not to mention the, I just didn't like the whole cloning thing. I mean, I get it. That's how you had to do it. Or you could have had the dream sequence like I wanted. But I was just like, clone Ripley. It's not even her, she's got alien blood. It bothers me. But that's me. What about you? Because you said you kind of liked it.
I do love that one. It's probably my third favorite Alien movie.
Definitely my third favorite. Definitely my third favorite too. But
it's your third favorite because
Alien 3 I hate.
Default, yeah. Alien 3 is a little, or Alien Cubed is a little bit worse.
Right? You always choke them
My
up.
third favorite because Alien and Aliens are just untouchable.
Right.
I think it's just a fun movie. I watch just about anything with Ron Perlman in it, and it's Ron Perlman being Ron Perlman. It's like him being big, tough guy who's also a goofball. I Winona Ryder's okay in that movie. She's kind of take it or leave it. I don't really care about her character so much.
That was another thing. Let's bring we need a robot. No, we don't. Ugh.
I like the guy who played the captain, even though he died like right away. He was the main bad guy in The Crow.
Yeah.
Michael something, I believe his name is. His voice is just perfect. Anyway, I like Brad Dourif in his tiny role in the movie.
Right.
There was that soldier guy. I think his character's name was DeStefano, and he was like the kind of the drug. He went on to be like one of the drug bosses in the first couple seasons of Breaking Bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good actor. I think it's a pretty good cast. I haven't watched this movie in a couple of years, so I mean, I might feel differently about it now. But I think it's fun. I think it's not that serious, but it also gets kind of back to that gritty, dirty atmosphere that the first one had. But it's like they knew, yeah, we're not gonna try to like ape this. We're gonna make it our own. We're gonna maybe make it a little bit more fun and silly. It's a modern telling of the movie. First Alien came out in '79. This is '97 or '98 at this point.
90, yeah.
And let's do something different. And let's go with the newborn Alien. That was a fantastic thing. Like that creature, that monster, the way it looked was terrifying. God damn, that thing's scary. But it was also so sympathetic too. Its little interaction with Ripley, and I felt so bad when it died. Like, it's screaming bloody fucking murder as it's being torn out of this little tiny hole in the hull of the ship. And that's kind of maybe a little bit of a subtle callback to the first two movies, launching it out into space, just in the most terrifyingly destructive way.
Right.
I thought it was cool. I liked it. I don't understand why people don't like it. I mean, it's fine if people don't like it. That's fine. Everyone's welcome to their opinion. I feel like some people would be angry that I do like it and probably like, but whatever. I like it, but I'm looking for an explanation as to why it's not good. That's one of those movies like, why don't more people like it? I love it.
I think, you know what it is? I think it's, when you look at the franchise as a whole, even including Alien 3, one of the main tones is it's dark. They're dark. And Resurrection wasn't really dark. It was goofy, for lack of a better term. There's goofy moments in there. Just the characters do goofy things. They act goofy. And it's just like, it's kind of like, we've never seen any other character like that, except for maybe Hudson, who played that role. Bill Paxton played that role. You could see it was kind of a nervous goofball, Yeah. That's how he got his nerves in check, being silly, being stupid. It was kind of a little levity to the situation. Because, they're Space Marines and we're going to war. The first Alien movie was straight dark, straight scary, claustrophobic. Everything is like, Alien 3, it's gritty, it's dark, it's industrial, it's, it's prison, it's jail. They all have a certain seriousness to them. All three of those movies. And then Alien Resurrection kind of lightens it up, lightens the mood a bit.
I wouldn't go as far to call Alien Resurrection goofy.
I don't call the movie goofy, but I think some of the characters they're goofy. They're goofy characters.
Some of them, yeah, but they're also handled in a more serious way. Like okay, let's put it this way: there are serious characters handled, some of them in a more goofy way. That's like all the scenes with the aliens; those are all pretty straightforward. There's no joking around with it. You don't see an alien trip on a trash can and fall down or anything like that.
I think one of the parts that stick out to me is when the doctor, I forget the actor's name. I think he's a comedian. Um, he's one of the scientists there, and or was he the sergeant? He might have been the military dude. I'm not sure. But the alien comes out, hits him in the back of the head. He does the weird cross eye. The blood's coming.
Oh yeah,
like it's a goofy scene. It's like. I mean, I get it. People die and make look like that, especially if an alien is puncturing the back of your head. But it just played goofy. I was just like, I hate that scene. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, oh god. Plus, because the actor's kind of like this comedy guy. I don't know. That's how I felt. But go ahead. No, continue defending it. I mean, I do appreciate it. Good.
I also watched it at a point where I was probably 11, 12 years old when I watched this. Maybe 13, maybe. So I grew up with this movie, and I enjoyed this movie a lot more because I was at a younger age.
It didn't scare you like the other ones.
Yeah, I liked the other ones, and it also appealed to me because it had some humor in it and stuff.
Right.
And it had recognizable actors to me. Ron Perlman is someone I've recognized since I was very young. Brad Dourif I've always been a fan of, who obviously did the voice of Chucky, and has been in Deadwood and a million awesome things. And so that gives the movie some backing behind it to have a cast that I like, especially at a young age. I was like, oh, well, I mean, if they're in it, it must be good.
Right.
To some degree. And also, I watched it all throughout high school. I always enjoyed it. My friend Taylor is almost as big of an alien buff as me. I think we both got because our birthdays are within a few days of each other. So we both got the Alien box set on Blu-ray when we turned, I think, 17 or 18.
Nice.
So we were watching that with each other nonstop, and he also defends that movie to death, but he's also a big fan of Joss Whedon.
Right.
And like I said, I haven't watched this movie in a few years now, and I've been meaning to rewatch it. I probably will sometime soon, just to refresh and maybe change my perspective a little bit. But I don't know, it's always had a bit of a longevity to me because I found it to be one of the most, that and Aliens were, to me, as a younger as a child and early teenager, those to me were the two most watchable Alien movies, because third one is pretty bad. I never liked it. And at a younger age, as much as I loved the movie and enjoyed it, Alien is a pretty slow movie when you're 12, 13 years old.
Right.
I couldn't really appreciate it until I was older. So, there's so much more action and, humor in both Alien and Aliens or in Aliens and Alien Resurrection, that those were a lot more accessible to me, or that I'd watch those a lot more. And that's probably why it has a soft spot in my heart.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's the Alien quadrilogy. Then let's jump into Prometheus. Let's talk about that for just a couple minutes because I want to get into the Neil Blomkamp stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When Prometheus was announced, and it was announced that Ridley Scott was going back to the Alien franchise, yet he was going back to the Alien franchise, before Alien, and he was going to tell the story on the space jockey or the engineers. When you first heard that, how did you feel? What was going through your head? Were you excited? Were you do we need to see this? How'd you feel?
I believe it came out in 2012, right?
I believe so, yes.
So I would be probably, I was in like 10th or 11th grade when I saw this. And I was hyped as shit for it. I was like, oh, it's gonna learn the story of the space jockeys. You know, it's gonna help connect things a little bit more. I'm gonna find out what happened on, pre-Alien on LV 426. And I didn't get. I left the movie interested, and I had a very long discussion with my friend that lasted a couple weeks because my best friend and I, we saw it opening night, or no, we didn't see it opening night. We saw it. We saw it in 3D, and we enjoyed it. And we had very long discussions about trying to explain it, but the more I watch it, the less like you are with Alien Resurrection, the less I like it.
Right. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. I remember seeing it. We didn't go opening night. We went like a bunch of us went that weekend though. We caught like a 2 in the afternoon show on a Saturday or Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Like the curiosity was piqued, but I guess like the flame wasn't there. It was like, oh my god, It was like, oh wow, okay, Ridley Scott's coming back. He's doing a prequel to Alien. Okay, I hate prequels. Now, I don't hate prequels. Let me rephrase that. I don't hate prequels, but I hate it for certain franchises. Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind the Alien prequel. But then they were like, well, it's the story of the space jockeys, the engineers. Oh, we're going to see those guys in action. Shit, okay, I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was handled whack. I don't know. I watched it. I came out of that movie like, okay, I don't own it. I've seen it a couple of times on TV. HBO or something, but it's not one of those movies that I was like, I need to go and buy this like right now when it came out. If I found it in a bargain bin, I'd probably pick it up for $5, But
I bought it right when it came out too.
Oh, you
just
did?
Because I was, I wish I'd waited a little bit more to get like the 3-disc or 4-disc edition that has a lot more special features. But that's just because I'm a completist like that.
Right.
Gotta have all the ones in the series. But yeah, it's like you said, it wasn't handled well. I blame that on Ridley Scott probably just being lazy through the movie. He didn't. I feel like halfway through he wanted to do an Alien movie, but he didn't want to do an Alien movie at the same time. And the more he went on, the less he wanted to actually do an Alien movie.
Right.
He wanted to do something original. And also, Damon Lindelof is just such a shitty fucking writer.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. I like that guy.
I don't. I can't stand him as a writer. Like, I will actively avoid just about anything now with his name on it, because he's terrible. He makes up big, grandiose questions, and he doesn't ever give answers to them. Like Lost, for example.
He's a speculation movie writer. That's what we all want to be, right? We're going to speculate.
That's why you like it, but so he wrote the Prometheus script probably with answers in mind to all these questions. Actually, you can find the original script for the movie online,
right,
and it makes a fuckload more sense. It's a lot less weird. And, there's actual answers, and there's a queen alien, and there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then it, went through drafts and stuff and changed, and which is fine. All movies do that. And then, he presumably wrote this movie with answers in mind. And when the movie came out and everybody was looking to him and Ridley Scott like, well, what the fuck was that? He was like, I don't know. I probably won't work on the second one. So he's obviously not working on Prometheus 2 or Alien. Is it Convent or Covenant?
I think it's Covenant. I
Yeah.
think it's Covenant.
Covenant, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And he's not working on it. So we never. And he did the same thing with Lost and a few other things that he's written. He puts in big questions for audience to overanalyze, like, ooh, what's going on, to try to get us more interested. But that's just to fill in his in the gaps for his bad writing.
Right. Lindelof aside, I think one of the reasons why I really wasn't a big fan of Prometheus was maybe even though it said they're not going to be in it, I still was holding out hope for a classic xenomorph. I mean, we got that little dragon guy thing at the end, but he's cute, but that's how I felt about that. I was like, all right. But
I believe it's called.
Huh?
The Deacon, I believe it's called.
The Deacon. Just call it a damn. This is whatever. It's a deacon.
Well, it's like its head is kind of shaped like a deacon. I guess is kind of like a Catholic religion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I heard. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that its like mouth came outside of its other mouth and stuff.
Right.
That was pretty cool. But it was fan service. That's all it was.
And I think if you want to throw fan service in, you give us some classic xenomorph, or you just stick with the original script and give me an alien queen. I would have been happy. But let's jump now to the future. We're not going to speculate on Prometheus 2 because we're winding down on time. But I want to talk about Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5 script. So when Ridley Scott, that was announced last year, and they were like, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Then Ridley Scott was like, oh, pump your brakes. I want to get Prometheus 2 done. So, and it was kind of like, screw you, we're doing this first. I was kind of sad because I saw the concept art with Ripley, and she had like this alien armor on, like, it just looked cool, and they were bringing Newt back and Hicks back, and I'm like, wow, okay. They're completely ignoring 3 and Resurrection.
That's actually a misquote from Neil Blomkamp. He never actually said he's straight up negating or making Alien 3 and Resurrection not canon. He said that he'd rather go back to the style of Alien and Aliens than concern himself with Alien 3. Basically, he's saying that, you know, he's writing them out, but he didn't. People have greatly exaggerated what his actual quote was.
Okay, hang on, because Blomkamp's picture, however, features Weaver returning as Ripley along Michael Biehn's Corporal Dwayne Hicks. The story will essentially act like the third and fourth Alien installments never existed. The story will essentially act like the third and fourth installments never existed.
Is that a direct quote from Neil Blomkamp?
No, but that's from Collider, which I kind of respect their stuff. They go in deep. They don't just post random. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think people are maybe taking his quote out of context.
Could be.
Because I did read a quote that was saying that he's not exactly negating them.
But then if that was the case, then this would be clone Ripley, and Hicks is still dead, so where would you go? How would you go? It doesn't make sense for those movies to even exist if he's trying to bring... And Newt also.
I'm not saying that he's not doing that. I'm just saying people have been misquoting him greatly. And maybe take a step back, and maybe those 3 and 4 are still canon to some degree.
That's the question, though. How? If, like, again, they're all dead, but he wants to bring them all back. Are we going to get Alien Resurrection and clone everybody? You know, that's a big question mark. Yeah. Because
I'm sure if this is operative word being if this movie does get made, that it'll essentially act as 3 and 4. You know, I'm not doubting that those will be written out of canon, but I'm just saying that his actual quote about it was he didn't directly say that those 2 were being ignored.
All right, so let's see what Sigourney Weaver says. I'm gonna quote her. So yeah, it is Covenant, by the way, Alien Covenant. That's Ridley Scott's sequel. So right, basically saying that the Alien, Neil Blomkamp's Alien was originally scheduled for 2017. Then Prometheus 2 bumped it. That doesn't mean it's completely gone. As Weaver unofficially confirmed during a something event. And she should know, since the film will reportedly focus more on her classic character Ripley rather than Scott's prequel films. Sky will still be producing Blomkamp's untitled picture, which will head into production after Alien Covenant is finished. Here's what Weaver had to say. Now, this is her quote. Sigourney Weaver quote. Well, I think it is, meaning the movie's going to be made. Ridley asked Neil not to make our Alien until after Prometheus 2. Ridley wanted his movie to shoot and be released first. But it's an amazing script, and Neil and I are really excited about doing it. We're doing other things until we can get going on that. I'd be really surprised if we didn't do it, because it's such a great script and we love working together. So it's just going to take a little bit longer to get it out to you, but it'll be worth the wait. End quote. So, Blomkamp's picture, however, features... Oh, I already said that. Right. In keeping with that, the untitled Aliens film could also feature a 27-year-old Newt with an eye towards the new actress acting as the heir apparent to Weaver's Ripley. So I kind of buy that. I honestly think, going by that, they're cutting out the middlemen, in a sense. Because even if you say... Because here's the thing. If they're going to hire an actress, and this is supposed to take place in real time, 27 years later, since Aliens, then yes, I could see an older Ripley, older Hicks, and an older Newt. Then, even if those other two movies were technically still in canon, it couldn't be because Newt died young. So if they go forward with this and they have a 27-year-old Newt, then it's definitely not canon anymore. Mm-hmm. You know? But again, that's a big, big if, because we don't know whether or not it's going to be. According to Sigourney Weaver, she's championing it. You know, she's championing it for it. So she wants it done. I would love to see her come back to play Ripley one more time. Hell, I would love to see her come back play Ripley a couple more times, to be honest with you. So that's just me. What do you think about what she says in the potential for Alien 5?
Well, I definitely want Neil Blomkamp's Alien movie way more than I want Ridley Scott's Prometheus sequel. That being said, I don't think it's going to get made. Yeah. It's been basically shelved for Prometheus 2, which he wants to turn, make at least 2 more Prometheus movies after this. And I don't think they're going to do it. I think Blomkamp has pretty much washed his hands of it, as far as I know. He hasn't talked about it since it's been shelved. So I think it's probably a bad experience for him, and he's trying to move on. But I mean, movies get shelved all the time, and usually once they're shelved, they don't often get picked back up. I mean, there's
Cabin in the Woods is an exception.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of movies that has happened to, where they've been shelved before production,
right,
and then eventually get picked up to be made and released.
Well, I honestly believe that it is going to be made, just not now, because again, you got Ridley Scott's Prometheus 2. But here's the thing. I think with Sigourney Weaver saying she wants to do it, she'd love to do it, that's your draw. That's your box office right there. And maybe Sigourney Weaver hasn't been a box office draw in a long time. The fact that she's coming back to reprise her role as Lieutenant Ellen Ripley will get the older fans right back in the saddle. It would get a new generation who probably watched Alien movies, kind of like you, into that theater. And probably those people who didn't like Prometheus because they wanted some aliens lining up to that movie. The problem I see is Neil Blomkamp's stock kind of went down after Chappie. I know his what was the Halo movie? It's not Halo though. With Matt Damon, like
Elysium.
Elysium, yes, that wasn't received well. I loved Elysium. For me, I liked all 3 of his movies. I love District 9. I liked Elysium a lot, and I liked Chappie. I really did find Chappie enjoyable. But it was kind of a decline as far as critics and ticket prices go. I don't think Chappie did well at all. and I think movie studios are scared. But Neil Blomkamp has a very unique and distinct vision, and him in an aliens universe with Sigourney Weaver back saying, "I want to do this," and if they want to set up the bigger picture, let's say with Newt now 27 years old to carry the legacy on, that to me is a no-brainer, especially, and this is probably going to be what really puts this all in perspective, Shane Black's Predator movie coming out next year, if I'm not mistaken. If that movie, and they are in talks with Arnold Schwarzenegger to reprise his role, which I don't like, because you're just going to wind up killing this dude off. I hate that. But if that movie does better than Predators, let's say, which another movie I love, we can talk about that some other time, then yes, you know what? They're like, okay, the people love these old franchises, man. They're coming back to see this. And you get Sigourney Weaver saying, let's make this movie. Get the kid back. If she's saying she loves the script, get the kid back, man. Get Neil Blomkamp back, and let's go. Let's see what he does, and stay out of it.
That being said, Sigourney Weaver has been talking about reprising her role of Ripley since like 2002.
Yeah, because she knows that Resurrection wasn't the movie she wanted to make.
Yeah, she's been talking about doing Ripley one last time for a while now, and nothing's come of it. Well, I don't know really why anything would come of it now. As you said, Neil Blomkamp, like going back a step, and she's the producer, but that just means she has a little bit more. She's fronted some of the money, and she has a little bit more control of what ends up on screen, and right. A little bit more control of the actual vision. She doesn't really control the movie being greenlit or anything. And after campaigning for a movie to be made that they were supposed to star in, isn't anything out of the ordinary.
No, I totally get that, but I mean, her quotes, what she's saying here, it's an amazing script. And Neil and I are really excited about doing it. I mean, there's a script. The script is ready. It's out. We've seen production art for this thing. We've seen concept art for this thing. It's not like it's just a theory and idea.
But that was stuff Neil Blomkamp did on his own.
Right, but when people saw that, people got really excited about that.
Yeah. No,
and that's the thing. You got to remember, it was going forward, but Ridley Scott said, "Hold up. I want to make my movie first." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but once Prometheus 2 comes out, or Alien Covenant, he's going to want to do another one, and then the fourth Prometheus movie. I don't think it's ever going to get made, and I think by that point, either Sigourney Weaver will be too old, or, I mean, she's already in her 60s, I believe.
Right.
She might lose interest. I know she loves the character of Ripley, but she might lose interest or might not have the will to do it. Neil Blomkamp hasn't talked about the movie in a long time.
Well, I think he's playing it right. I think he's being hush about it because it's like, all right, he wants to do his movie first. Let him do his movie. After all that, then we see where we take it. So that's just being a good soldier, a good studio dude. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep my head down. We got the script. We got the talent wanting to do it. When it comes, because here's the thing, unless Ridley Scott is doing what James Cameron's doing with the Avatar sequels, dropping boom, like filming them back to back to back to back to back. He's doing 4 Avatar sequels. We're getting 5 Avatar movies. We're gonna have 5. That's crazy. Unless Ridley Scott is gonna do that with Prometheus, 3 and 4, and it also depends on the bank. If the movie doesn't bank, because again, it was a decently received movie, but it wasn't like, oh my God, he's back to form with this, Mm-hmm. Alien Covenant, Prometheus 2, whatever, it has to make bank. It has to make people be like, yes, in order for them to be like, here's X amount of money. And that could go both ways too. That could slam the door shut for Ripley and Neil Blomkamp, for Weaver and Neil Blomkamp too. Like, you know what? This didn't work out well. Or they could say, you know what? Maybe this prequel Alien universe is not what they want. Let's get them back in the saddle. I don't know. I just don't see them saying, here's 4 and here's 3 and here's 4 right off the bat to Ridley Scott when Prometheus did enough to warrant a sequel only. It's not like with James Cameron. James Cameron's like, yo, I'm sitting on $50 billion. I'll do whatever I want. And somebody just put my movie out, you know? And it's not that situation. It's totally not that situation. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. It'll be fun to see what comes of this. I can't wait for Alien Covenant to start getting their production shit going so we can start seeing things and hearing more about it, because I really do want. I know it's set like 10 years later or something, and Noomi Rapace, I think that's how you say her name. She's not in the movie, so we'll see. But
yeah. I am excited for Alien Covenant. I do think it's going to be a mess of a movie. For a long time, it was just I think like once a week they'd drop one little bit of information, like Ridley Scott would be like, and it's going to have this, and it's going to have that, and it's promised it'll be awesome. And I think it'll probably be a mess, just like Prometheus was. That being said, I'm still excited for it, but I also don't think the tentatively titled Alien 5 is going to happen. I don't think it'll ever come to be.
All right, well, we have a difference of opinions, folks, and that's what we love to do here on the G Show. That being said, we went a little over, about 6 minutes, maybe 7. That's okay, though. That's fine, because it was a good conversation here at the end. We really got deep down into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our Spotlight show, our very first Spotlight show. Yeah! Very first Spotlight show we've done, and we've done it in honor of Alien Day, LV426. All right, that being said, like the page, like the video, like the YouTube channel. If you didn't like what we said, of course, I'm going to say this all the time. Let us know. Shit on us if you want. Talk to us, though. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us how you're really feeling. And we appreciate all that stuff. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And, yeah. G95. It's been a pleasure.
As always.
Yes, sir. And we'll be back. See you later.